Hi everyone, I'm back again. I've been tagged, but this time, this tag was about 15 months ago. So I am so embarrassed that it's taken me this long to action it. It was a tag your it, getting to know the crafty guys on YouTube and in our online crafty community, and I was tagged by Dana C, Dana's Inspirations. Dana, I'm so sorry. This has been eating away at me for all this time, knowing that I was tagged and I never ever did it. So I have to do it. Dana's an amazing artist and she's a gorgeous lady, and I just have to do it. So here goes. Right. What's your YouTube name and what's your name is the first question. There are 11 questions here. Well, my YouTube name, which is the same everywhere online, just about, is ozegran, O-Z-E-G-R-A-N. And my real name is Jenny, but I get called Jen. Well, I get called lots of other things, but we won't go there. So ozegran, Jen. Number 2, how did you get started crafting? I, like Dana, I don't know a time when I didn't craft. I can remember my first project I ever did was knit a tea cozy. Yeah, I'm that old. A tea cozy. A thing that you knit and you put over your teapot. So, yeah, that's what I did. Over the years, I've knitted a lot of things, and that progressed to crocheting. I was taught by my mother-in-law to crochet, and mainly that's fine detail work. I used to crochet a lot of doilies, which I don't use anymore, but I use the doilies in my art. And then I think I got into folk art, decoupage, all that sort of thing. And scrapbooking probably was through my daughter Mandy. She started she started up, and I'd had a few things here and did a few things, but we both found YouTube videos. And that was way back in early 2009, maybe 2008, and we just couldn't get enough of it. And so the scrapbooking and the mini albums, making of them, just evolved from that and to where we are today. And Mandy still scrapbooks, but Project Life, she does that. So I don't scrapbook as such. Yeah, so basically, if you think about it, I've really started crafting. I've been crafting all my life, but constantly crafting. Oh, and I've done quilting too. I did it. It sort of just consumed me. This was prior to scrapbooking and paper crafting. It consumed me like this does now, but it's all been put on the back burner until I get the urge to go back to it. But yeah, so probably since 2008, so about 6 years, I've been full on crafting and just, yeah, wow, that's amazing. Whew, okay. All right, number 3, your favourite crafting brand. Well, I really don't have a favourite. I mean, I love Tim Holtz Distress Inks. I love Spellbinders Dyes. I love Stampin' Up cardstock, because that's the only decent cardstock we can get here in Australia. I love my score tape. I love my wet glues. I love lots of things. I really, and even in the paper lines, I couldn't say one given. Currently, I'm in love with Bo Bunny. I do like Graphic 45, but I feel that they're becoming very much the same over and over and over again, each new release. So, yeah, I just like what I see, you know, like if something catches my eye, it doesn't matter if it's a so-called Graphic 45 product or a Bo Bunny product or whatever, you know, but I would not do without my Distress Inks. They are a must. I love those. But brand-wise, no. No, it has to be the product itself, not the brand for me. Your favourite colour? Well, I answered this one in my previous tag, art tag video. I don't have a favourite colour as such. I like colours together. Blue and brown I love together. But I think white on its own, I think white, even though it's not a real colour, I love white. So you can build a lot from that. What's your crafting style? Well, I guess when I make a card or I make a 3D object or a mini album, it's probably vintage grunge. Grunge because I can cover up mistakes quite easily without it looking like I've covered up a mistake. It just looks like it was meant to be. So that's probably how I got into that sort of style, was because I kept making mistakes and I thought, well, grunging it up covers that. It just, yeah, can make it look like it was meant to be quite easily. So I think I've answered that. Question 6. What's something you would like to try? Oh, okay. Assuming this is art wise. Have I written anything down? I would like to try, because I dabble in art journaling, and I would love to try. I can't draw, so I'd love to learn to draw freely rather than looking at something and copying. But ultimately, I'd love to be able to shade, because that brings the subject to life. So work on my shading, I think. 7, favourite YouTube channel. I don't really have a favourite YouTube channel. I subscribe to a lot of people. What I do not like on YouTube are show and tells. That's something I will not watch, or rarely watch. It all depends on what it is. But that's just me. I cannot sit there and watch something saying, I did this by this, I did this like this, and I want to see it done. And that's what I try to bring to you guys, the viewers, with my videos, is how it all comes together. Because when I first started watching YouTube videos and getting back into crafting, and trying to learn all the different techniques, I like the process videos, and they are becoming fewer and fewer. And even though there are more and more people, newbies, coming on, searching for all these techniques and such, and it's a bit disheartening when there aren't any current ones happening and all you see is show and tell. So, sorry, that's a bugbear of mine. I do not like show and tell. So, it's totally off the topic there. What I do not miss, and it's because I'm sort of into card making at the moment, trying to make some different styles of cards. The cards will get me out of the grunge vintage style, and I've been asked and told that they love it when I do things bright. So that's what I'm trying to do, is challenge myself to create things that are not vintage and not grungy. Something nice and clean and bright. So where was I going with that? I have no idea. Oh, that's right. Okay. So, card making. So, I religiously watch Christina Werner and Jennifer Maguire. I love the way they show what they're doing. They explain how they're doing without dragging the video on and on and on. So they give you the techniques, they explain what they're doing in a way that it is fast-paced but slow enough for you to get what they mean. But apart from that, I don't mind time-lapse videos where it's really fast and they're giving you detail up on the screen. You can pause it. Heck, you could even download the video and slow down the speed if you wanted to. They're trying to give you a full-on process from start to finish. And you've got control of the pause and play button. So, anyway, my rant over. Awful it is. Number 8. If you only had $10 in your pocket, what would you spend it on and where? Again, I'm assuming that it's for craft items. Well, being here... living here in the upside down land down under, Uranus, it's hard to buy anything of value, of quality, for under $10. So, I couldn't buy online because you got the shipping issues then. So I'd have to go to a local scrapbooking store or a craft store and I'd buy a stamp. I've got a fetish for stamps. So that's what I'd do. That's what I'd spend my $10 on. Well, what? From where? From a local scrapbooking store or craft shop. Number 9. When you started crafting, what's the one item that helped you put it all together? I think when I first started back into crafting this time, it was making mini albums. And so... I think what put it all together would be ribbon and embellishments, but yet I'm not an embellisher. I cannot. Being in Australia, having access to limited supplies, it's hard to let go of our embellishments by putting it on a project. You just think, oh my gosh, how am I going to build that stash back up that I've got treasured here, not using, but I've bought to use, but can't use it because they cost too much to restock. So I tend not to embellish much, but I think you can't go wrong with ribbon. Putting it all together, that just puts the icing on the cake, I think. It all depends on what you're working on, what medium you're working in too. If it was an art journal, it's the title, you know. I don't know. All right. Number 10. If you would have never heard of crafting, what other hobby would you have picked up? Me too. Like Dana, I would choose photography because it's something that I can incorporate into my current craft. Well, if I'd never heard of crafting, yeah. That's what I would love to do. And I would have loved to have been able to, and probably still can, but why would you? Process them as well, you know, in the dark rooms and all that. I would have loved to have been able to do that. So, yeah, photography. What one item do you recommend the newbies to have? I couldn't recommend one item because you need so many, and it all depends on what medium you work in, whether it's paper crafting, whether it's art journaling, whether it's building 3D objects, whether it's working with clay, it's just too much. So one thing I would recommend would be a good internet connection and a YouTube account. And watch those YouTube videos as much as you can. Soak it all in, because there is a range of knowledge out there shared with us all, and we are so lucky to be able to have that at our fingertips. So I'd say, yep, a YouTube account. So you can go there, subscribe to everyone that you like to watch and learn from. Yeah, so that's my 11 questions done. Again, I'm so sorry, Dana, for leaving it this long to do it, but I've done it. I'm going to tag a few others. Okay, well, I've already tagged a few there, so maybe to get to know someone, who do I want to get to know more than I do? Well, more than I think I know. Well, that's a hard one. I have to think about that. So, who am I tagging? I'm going to tag Jess C. Jess is an awesome card maker. So there's one. The next one I'm going to tag is Robin, Northern Robin or Canadian Robin. Amazing artist Robin is, and can do quite a variety of things. So Robin, you're tagged. And last one, I think I want to tag Claire. Got paint in my hair, Claire. Claire is it's just amazing what Claire does. She works with the ice resin. She works with the flitter glue by Indigo Blue, with the Mega Flakes. I would really love to get to know Claire's crafty background. So yeah, they're who I tag. So Jess, Robin and Claire. So there you go. You've got to know me a little bit more. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.